All right, welcome to beautiful downtown Grand Forks. It's Monday, November 10th. It's about approximately 5:30. This is the time and place for the Grand Forks Committee of the Whole meeting. Item 1 is call to order. Welcome and roll call.
Weigel.
Here.
Osowski. Here. Berg.
Here.
Lensky.
Here.
Friedolf.
Here.
Sandy. And Veen.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 2, information. Oh, Dana's here.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
2.1, Red River Valley Water Supply Project Series F agreement update. Is that a brief update from you, Mr. Gosted?
It is. It is going to be a brief update. I just wanted to bring this to the council's or the committee's attention because there was, if you recall, the Series F had been approved several weeks ago with the condition that some language with respect to some pledging language that had been in the former draft and be approved by our bond council. There were several meetings since then with bond council, both with the city of Grand Forks, who is also bond council for Fargo, as well as the lending council for the Bank of North Dakota, who would be providing the loan to Garrison to work through the issues. And what is before you is changes to section 3.04. It had language in there that we were to appropriate funds by a certain date. And if not, we'd have to provide notice, and that non-appropriation was an event of default. That was removed, and now it's just simply that we pay our pro rata share from legally available revenues that we have available. And then new section 3.08 was added. What that says is that there is no requirement that any type of water rate needs to be maintained by any of the member entities that are signing off on this Series F. But if there is a failure to make the amount due under the Series F by a member, say the city of Grand Forks, for example, then we'd have to adjust our rates to assure that we've generated enough revenue to service the amount that would be payable under the Series F, and that would be an event of default. All of this, again, was the language that you've got before you has now been approved by our bond council, lending council for Garrison and the Bank of North Dakota. And as I understand, Garrison has approved this as well. So I just wanted to make sure if there's any objections to this change or any concerns, that I wanted to bring this to your attention again so you could see the changes. So that's the update. I can answer any questions. Otherwise, we will intend to move forward with the Series F and get this matter closed.
Thank you, Mr. Gosted. Any questions for Mr. Gosted? It's an informational only item. Dana, do you have a question?
No, I just want to
Okay.
tell Mr. Gusted how much I appreciate all the hard work on this. I know it's been a long road, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate the comments, Mr. Sandy.
All right, seeing no further comments, we'll move on to item 3, discussion items. 3.1 is an application for Class 4 food and beverage alcoholic beverage license for the Spud Junior, doing business as the Spud Junior.
I move
We have a
approval.
motion to approve by Osowski, second by Lunsky. Seeing no further comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3.2, application for Class 4 food and beverage alcohol license from Shorter Tall Grand Forks LLC.
Move approval.
We have a motion to
Second.
approve by Sandy, second by Osowski. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Just say that it's great to have 2 new businesses coming into Grand Forks and starting up, so we do appreciate that. Item 3.3, visit Greater Grand Forks loan. Ms. Storstad.
Yes, thank you. If you remember back in COVID times, 2020, many impacts due to that, one of them being the hotel industry, which impacted our Visit Greater Grand Forks. They had requested a loan of $150,000 that was given by the city, funding source being our Economic Development Fund 2163. And that was to be, we had 0 interest on that loan, but it was to be paid back over a 5-year period. Revenue did eventually start to bounce back. They also had some unexpected costs at the time. So then we did agree to extend those terms out to 10 years. So that's being paid back currently at $15,000 a year. The current outstanding debt on that is $90,000. If you also remember, part of Mayor Paczynski's budget for 2026 ended the funding of $2163 for special events. We had conversations with Visit Greater Grand Forks and Julie Rigg, and one of the items that had come up would be this $90,000 outstanding loan. If that were to be forgiven, that would free up some dollars for them to help in that effort as they help to support events in the community and tourism and to attract. So that is the request that I bring forward to you today. Ms. Rigg is also here if you should have any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Dorset. Questions, Ms. Osowski?
Yeah, I mainly have comments, I guess. You know, looking at Greater Grand Forks budget, although we did take out the special event funding, their budget continuously goes up, which is, you know, great work due to Ms. Riggs because but it's gone up about $200,000 from last year to this year. They haven't even paid back 50% of the loan. They made a promise when they took out this loan to the Grand Forks taxpayer that they were going to pay it back. They haven't even paid back 50% of it. I'm in favor of extending it and working with Greater Grand Forks, you know, to make the payments maybe more affordable. But I do think that they should still continue to make efforts. I mean, they are a nonprofit, and they made a promise to the taxpayer. Also, what happens in a couple of years if they need additional funds and they come back and they request another loan, and then are we even going to believe then at that point that they're going to attempt to pay us back? I think at the end of the day, they said they were going to pay back this loan. I'm willing to work with them, and I think that they should continue to make payments to the Grand Forks taxpayer, as that's what they promised to do. And so I'm willing, I do not agree with just a full forgiveness, especially since, you know, they haven't even paid back 50%, but I am willing to, you know, work with Greater Grand Forks to see if we can't make things more manageable for them, especially, I mean, their budget continues to grow, and I think that they should do right by the Grand Forks taxpayer and hold to the promises that they made and continue to pay back the loan. If they were going into bankruptcy or they were going to have to be shut down, I think that's different. But if they have the ability to, they should hold to their promise to the Grand Forks taxpayer and pay back.
Thank you, Ms. Osowski. Comments, Ms. Lunsky?
Can you tell me or tell us how much they got last year from the city for the events funding?
It was that 159,000 roughly dollars, maybe 157. And not that it went to them, but they administered the program for the events.
And could Julie maybe speak on what the $200,000 extra in their budget consists of?
And as Julie's coming up here too, I can give you a little historical. When I look at lodging tax collections, you know, back before COVID hit in 2019, they were, you know, at a certain level of lodging tax that came in, significantly reduced by 45% then when COVID times hit. And it took, you know, multiple years to get it back to where they were in 2019. And yes, the last couple of years, that has now grown. And now we're about flat of last year, but I'll let Julie speak.
Ms. Rigg, welcome to the meeting.
Thank you for having me. Council members, or committee members, excuse me. If you remember, I believe it was earlier this year, there was a budget adjustment made because of what was projected for lodging tax was actually coming in much higher. At that time, I explained that my budget versus the city's budget is a little bit different because I budget later in the year. So I have Well, you guys are doing your budgets earlier in the year. I have more to reference from the former year. So there wasn't a big financial windfall with $200,000 coming into our budget. I am happy to report that lodging tax has increased since COVID. You'll remember we had a lot of tough years in 20 and 21. And this with the loan forgiveness is not because I came begging saying we couldn't afford the payments. It was brought up because now we are fully funding event funding on our own. We've also been asked to share adding a position to our staff that will be shared potentially with the city of Grand Forks and the Grand Forks Park District. So we are taking on expenses far beyond what this loan forgiveness will cover.
Thank you, Ms. Rigg. Further, Ms. Lunsky, continue.
I just want to say thank you. I don't think people understand what you guys do. As the people of Grand Forks, we're not really supposed to see what you guys do, but what you offer is so instrumental in getting events here. So I really do appreciate all you do for the community.
Thank you. I promise every day we try to figure out how we can better help our community, the people here, and our visitors to the community. That is our goal every day.
Mr. Friedolfs?
So I want to say thank you also. So, as a person with my other hat on, that we use the Greater Grand Forks a lot for promotions and everything. And I haven't had anyone ever leave here going, this place, I don't understand Grand Forks, right? They leave with this understanding that this is a really good place, and they're even thinking about moving families here now. So I think the loan forgiveness, that money's going to go back into the community, absolutely. And as we grow, this is a sign that we are growing, right? That you do need more money as we get more events, more growth in the community. So just thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sandy's got his hand up, then I'll go to you, Mr. Bean.
Sure.
President Sandy?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Weigel. Certainly, people in the community likely, and frankly, probably half of the people in the council room don't actually understand, that are in the audience don't understand the CVB's budget and how it actually works. Although they aren't governed by the city of Grand Forks, they are an arm of ours. And so for the most part, we're taking money out of our right pocket and putting it in our left pocket, and then asking them to put it back in our right pocket. This money is neither here nor there for the community. As Mike said very eloquently, the dollars that they spend go into the community. And so it doesn't matter if it goes back into 2163 or not. Either way, it's spent to help promote our community. I think what Julie and her team do they're an exceptional representation and face for our community. I really appreciate also to Ms. Lunsky's point, I really appreciate the fact that they're really doing great things for our community. And so I certainly will move approval.
Thank you. We have a motion to approve by Sandy. We have a second by Veen with a comment.
Yeah, just one last comment. I guess being on the Laris Commission, we see over and over and over again the events that come here and the work that's always done by you and your organization to make them feel at home and to entice them and to grow them. So I think the job you do is great, and that it is, like we said, whatever pocket it is in, it goes back and forth, but the outcomes are always great. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bean. Ms. Osowski?
Yeah, I have one more comment. We did approve art funding, which Ms. Riggs helps distribute, so they did
I
get
don't
that.
think she does. That's a different
Doesn't she?
committee.
Doesn't she help distribute that with the
That's
art things?
No, that
No,
would be
not at
the
all.
committee that Ms. Lunsky sits on.
Okay. I have a question though. You stated that you do stuff for like the park district. Do they contribute financially to Greater Grand Forks?
I'm talking about the position that we're discussing creating, that it was brought up at council a few weeks ago.
Right.
The position that would just focus on the sports complex. So we would share in that the cost of that position with the park district.
Okay, so you're going to share in that
Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
park district.
But that's another expense that we were not planning for.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. All right. We have a motion and a second. Seeing no further comment, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Post same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-1. Ms. Osowski dissents. Council member comments is item number 4. Ms. Osowski, anything for the good
No,
of
thank
order?
you.
Ms. Berg?
No, thank you.
Ms. Linsky? No, thanks. Mr. Friedels? Mr. Veen? President Sandy?
Vice President Weigel, no, thank you.
Perfect. 15-minute meeting tonight. I don't have
I move
anything.
adjournment.
We have Ms. Osowski moves to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second by Berg. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Post same sign. Motion carries unanimously.
That was 15 minutes and 39 seconds.